That black, scored bearing came out of a 25,000-mile 6.2. 3 GMC engine codes never do that. Their own siblings quit before 120,000. One glove box label saves you $11,000. Start with the first survivor, because you can spot it in a salvage yard from 10 feet away. The 4.8-liter LR4 Vortec. This engine lived in Sierra 1500s, Yukons, and express vans from 1999 through 2007. Here is what makes it bulletproof. It is a simple iron block pushrod V8 with no cylinder deactivation and no variable valve timing. That means there is no hidden switch inside the engine turning cylinders off to save fuel. And that switch is exactly what wipes out its cousins. Here is what most people do not realize. The 4.8 has fewer moving parts to fail than the engines that came after it. No collapsing deactivation lifters. No oil burning by design. Owners routinely report these past 200,000 miles on nothing but regular oil changes. A good used 4.8 long block runs from a few $100s to low thousands. Annual upkeep on one of these is modest, roughly a few $100s a year in maintenance. My take, this is one of the toughest small blocks GM ever built. Buy it. The bigger brother is even tougher. That brother is the 6.0-liter LQ4 and LQ9, the same 1999 through 2007 window. If you tow, and you do not want to pay for a diesel, this is the engine. It is a deep skirt iron block with cathedral port heads and a hydraulic roller cam. Translation, the bottom end is overbuilt. It shrugs off heavy loads that would cook a lighter engine. Owners report these 6.0 motors past 250,000 miles under real work. Used engines land in the low thousands, and because there are no deactivation lifters to fail, the upkeep stays cheaper than the fuel-saving engines that replaced it. The bruise, it is thirsty, and it is heavy. You feel it at the pump. But for a work truck or a tow rig, that is the trade you want. Buy it without hesitation. Now the engine everyone assumes is safe, and is not always. The third survivor hides inside an engine most people fear. The 5.3-liter. Here is the part that makes no sense to most buyers. There are two completely different 5.3s out there, and they share a name, a displacement, and almost nothing else. The one you want is the early LM7, built 1999 through 2007. Iron block, no deactivation. Owners report these well past 200,000, plenty past 300,000, with no oil burning problem at all. Then 2007 arrives. GM adds active fuel management to the 5.3, and the same engine name becomes a money pit. Same displacement, same badge, two completely different fates. So when a seller tells you it is a 5.3 and it has been reliable forever, that is only true for one version. The early LM7 is common, cheap, and tough. Watch the intake gasket and knock sensors as wear items, but the bottom end will outlast the truck around it. Buy the early one. Be very careful with the later one. Here is where the same 5.3 turns into the disaster. This is the failure that funds mechanics across the country. From roughly 2007 through 2019, the 5.3 6.0, and 6.2-liter engines carried active fuel management, later called dynamic fuel management, and it kills engines. Here is the plain language version. Under light load, the engine shuts off 4 cylinders to save gas. Special lifters collapse to stop those cylinders from firing, then pop back up when you need power. Engage. Disengage. Thousands of times per drive. Now the mechanism. Those lifters depend on consistent oil pressure to cycle correctly. When oil volume drops on a hill, a hard turn, or braking, the pressure to those lifters becomes inconsistent. Not zero. Inconsistent. And inconsistent pressure is worse because the lifter partially engages and partially releases, and the wear accelerates every single mile. Eventually, one collapses. Metal debris drops onto the camshaft. The cam lobe gets chewed flat. Meanwhile, those deactivated cylinders let oil slip past the rings and burn it, so the engine runs low, which starves the very lifters that needed the oil. One failure feeds the next. Here is what fools owners. The first sign is a tick at cold start and a single-cylinder misfire code. The owner reads the code, sees one cylinder, and buys a coil pack. The tick gets louder. 3 weeks later, the cam is destroyed. That repair runs from low thousands to around $8,000 or more for a full engine, based on what owners consistently report. A $10 coil pack was never the fix. Avoid these without a delete plan, or inspect one hard before you buy. The newest engine has a different and scarier failure. Quick note: if you want to know which engine to buy before the dealer opens his mouth, subscribe. Now the one that should scare you most, because it is the newest and the most expensive. The 6.2-liter L87. In 2025, GM issued a recall covering roughly 598,000 trucks and SUVs in the United States, built in the 2021 through 2024 window. The problem is not wear. It is a defect. A supplier-bearing contamination issue and out-of-specification crankshaft geometry cause the rod bearings to fail. Here is what nobody tells you. This failure gives almost no warning. There is no long gradual knock to alert you. The bearing seizes and you get sudden loss of propulsion, often at highway speed. That is why this is a documented safety recall, not just a durability complaint. The remedy General Motors issued is largely an oil specification change to a heavier oil. But here is the catch, and it is a serious one. Documented failures continue after that oil change because the bearing wear can already be underway before the fix. On top of that, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is investigating whether 2019 and 2020 engines belong in the problem too. That is investigation stage, not a confirmed recall yet. So do the math. A 25,000-mile engine can seize and cost around $11,000 out of pocket if a claim goes sideways, though a failed inspection under the recall is covered by General Motors. Before you buy any 2019 through 2024 6.2-liter engine, verify the recall status by vehicle identification number and get the inspection result in writing. Treat an unrepaired one as high risk. So how do you tell a survivor from a quitter in 10 seconds, with no tools at all? Here is how you know if this is your truck. Pop the glove box and find the RPO label, that white sticker covered in 3 character codes. It is also on the driver door jamb on many trucks. Find the engine code. LR4 is the 4.8. LM7 is the early 5.3. LQ4 or LQ9 is the 6.0 iron block. Those are your survivors. If you see an active fuel management era code on a 2007 through 2019 truck, deactivation hardware is in there. If you see L87, that is the recall 6.2, and you go check the VIN. Now the 3 driveway checks. No lift. No tools. Check 1, that RPO label you just found. It filters the entire used market before you ever drive the truck. Free, and it can save you 5 figures. Check 2, start it dead cold, and listen. A tick that fades in 30 to 60 seconds is normal. A tick that stays, especially with a single-cylinder misfire code, is a dying lifter. Note the oil level, then recheck it in 1,000 miles. More than half a quart gone on a V8 points straight at active fuel management oil burn. Check 3. Run the VIN at nhtsa.gov before you buy any late 6.2. Open recall with no paperwork means it is unrepaired. Walk or make them fix it first. Now the fix paths. Cheapest to most expensive. If you already own an active fuel management engine that has not failed yet, a disabler device or delete stops the cylinders from cycling before the lifters collapse. A range-style disabler runs $150 to $300 and plugs in. A full delete with a cam swap runs several hundred to over $1,000 at a shop. Either way, you spent hundreds to avoid the $8,000 repair. Next tier. If the lifter already collapsed, you are into a lifter and cam job. Low thousands to around $8,000 for a full engine, based on owner reports. At that point, dropping in a used 4.8, 6.0, or early 5.3 long block for hundreds to low thousands is often the smarter money than rebuilding the failure-prone platform. For the L87 6.2, the recall remedy is handled by GM, and a failed inspection gets a covered replacement. Do not pay out of pocket without exhausting that recall first. Here is the pattern under all of it. GMC. Durable engines are not the biggest or the newest. They are the ones GM left simple. Every quitter here shares a fuel-saving feature, cylinder deactivation, or a supplier defect, the L87 bearings. Every survivor lacks both. That is the whole video in one sentence. By the RPO, not the odometer. A 4.8 at 200,000 can be healthier than a 6.2 at 25,000. If you already own a quitter, do not panic and do not trade blind. On an active fuel management truck, document any tick or misfire now and price a disabler before the lifter goes. On an L87, check your recall status today and keep every inspection record. And never, ever keep driving a bottom-end knock or growl. That is not a diagnose in the driveway moment. That is a stop and tow moment. 10 seconds at the glove box can save you $11,000. The label does not lie. The salesman might. Tell me in the comments which engine is under your hood right now. I read them.